Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Red Dead Online and we're doing another outfit guide. This one has actually been requested quite a bit. And we're actually doing Clint Eastwood's character from the film The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Now in this film he's often referred to, I believe, as Blondie, and also he represents the good out of the three. And most commonly I think people know him as the man with no name. And that's what I usually call him. But in any case, we're going to be trying to replicate his look as well as we can currently in Red Dead Online with no mod. I believe I did see a picture once with a mod that actually added his exact outfit into the game. It looked awesome. And Rockstar definitely should do that for a future Outlaw Pass. But for now, we'll just have to make do with what we have in the game. So let's start off with weapons. Alright, so for the revolver, now it's not perfect because Clint Eastwood has a super iconic revolver in this movie. But this is just about as close as we can get. So he does use a Colt Model 1851 Navy revolver throughout the entirety of the movie. That's his handgun. His actually has a metal inlaid snake of some sort, a viper I think, or rattlesnake, something like that, engraved in the handle. It's actually, I should say inlaid because it's actually metal. Here we just engraved the snake. It's the best we can do. It's actually remarkably similar given that we don't have that option. And then we have all the standard options. Standard length barrel, but then we have improved rifling and improved sights on this bad boy. Then as far as metals are concerned, this is pretty dang accurate. Now he's got sort of a heat treated look to his hammer and frame. They are this color, but they have more of a heat treated metal look, so they have that kind of metallic color changing with some blues and bronze looks to it, so it looks much cooler on his revolver. But the best we can do in the game is by making the frame and the hammer browned steel. Then we're going to make the cylinder, the barrel, and the trigger all blackened steel, because that's what his is in the movie. And then the trigger guard could either be brass, or in my opinion, it looks more like gold in the movie, so that's why I went with gold. So if you want to imitate his revolver, that's the way to do it. And then, interestingly, he does use two other weapons prominently throughout the movie. At one point, he uses what I believe is an early model Spencer rifle. He uses that at one point in the movie, but then several times throughout the movie he uses a repeater. And it's actually very interesting because in the movie, like filming it, they were trying to make it look like a Henry. Henry 1860 was supposed to be the gun that he was using. But you can tell when you look at it that he's actually using a Winchester model 1866 that they took the wood foregrip off of to try to make it look like the Henry. I don't know if they just didn't have a Henry available or it was just easier for him to use the Winchester or whatever the thing was, but it's funny. They actually, in the film, they were trying to depict it that he was using a Henry rifle, which would have been accurate for the time period that the movie takes place in, but they didn't have one on hand, so they actually had a modified Winchester that he used. But for our purposes, we're actually going to arm him with a Henry. Alright, and so we're going to go with the Litchfield repeater, because if we're going to try to match the historical accuracy and actually give him the Henry that he was supposed to have, then the Litchfield is most similar to that. And for the style, we're going to have black for the barrel, hammer, and the lever, and then gold for the frame, the sight, and the trigger. So if you want to do his two weapons, it's going to be the Navy revolver, as I showed you, and then the Litchfield repeater is the next most common rifle that he uses in the movie. So those are weapons. Let's move on to clothing. So here we have the outfit in its entirety, and now it's not perfect, but I think most people agree that it looks pretty good considering what we have to work with. I wish they'd give you an option to lay the poncho down in front so it looks more like his, or like I said, I wish they'd just add the poncho or even the whole outfit in an Outlaw Pass. But in any case, this is what we have. So for starters, for the hair, we're going to want to go with a shorter, but one that you can still see on the sides haircut and make that brown, and then give him the Reverend beard and again make that brown, because that's going to most accurately match the look that Clint Eastwood has in the movie out of all the options that we have available in the game. I would also recommend having some stubble. So once that's out of the way, this is the outfit. So let's go through it one piece at a time. So the first item on this outfit that I want to talk about is the hat. And I think the stalker hat and this top variant, the brownish black wore out looking one, is the one that looks most similar to the hat that he wears in the movie. It's not perfect. The brim's a little thicker than his is, but it works and definitely looks very, very close. So that's the hat. The poncho is where we run into the biggest problem, because there is not a poncho in the game that looks like his poncho, either in color or in the way that it sits on the body, like the shape of it. But with that in mind, I think the one that is arguably the closest is this variant of the Fuentes poncho. You could use this one, or I guess this one, because the poncho that he wears in the movie is arguably sort of a reddish brown, but I think that this darker brown variant looks better and I think looks more like the one that he wears. You could use any any other poncho that has a similar color. I could argue that at any time in the movie he's wearing it differently. At one point in the movie he's wearing it down, and then it looks more like the square poncho that just drapes over your shoulders. And I think there's one point in the movie where it's totally thrown behind him, so there's none of it hanging down in front. None of them are going to match the iconic look that most people are used to, the image that I used in the thumbnail. But out of the options we have, I think this one works the best. Then for the vest, there's a couple options that I think work decently well, but I think the one that works the best is this variant of the buckskin king vest. And that being because it's the right color, it's approximately the right material and looks beat up like his does, and it has the fur lining that you can kind of see on his. His looks like it's probably a sheepskin vest of some sort. So this fits decently well. Then for shirts, there are actually a lot of options of shirts that are light blue shirts like the one he wears in the movie, but I think the one that matches the best is the blue everyday shirt. There's, like I said, there's 2 or 3 other options that I looked through before this one that are the right color, but slightly off in one way or another. So I think the blue everyday shirt is the way to go. So that's the shirt. So for the gun belt, I didn't use an offhand holster because he only uses one gun throughout the movie, but I went with the brown bandit gun belt because it's similar to the color that he uses and similar to the shape. Now it's not perfect. His has some, it looks like intricate stitching on it to give it a little bit of styling, and he has a larger belt buckle, but not a big solid belt buckle. It's just a larger square. So this isn't perfect, but it's close. So that's the gun belt we went with. So for pants, it's really difficult to tell in the movie exactly what he's wearing. I looked at a lot of as high definition as I could find pictures, and the colors are so washed out that it's really difficult to tell what it's supposed to be. He's either wearing black or really dark blue jeans of some sort. So I wanted to find something that looked like bootcut jeans, and I went with these. I couldn't find any dark blue ones, which I'm pretty sure is what they are. I couldn't find any that looked good that were dark blue, so I decided to go with these black bandito pants because I think they match the style of the pants the best, even though the color isn't absolutely perfect. But in most pictures, and even a lot of the older versions of the movie before it was digitally enhanced, they do just look black anyway. I mean, dirtier than this, but still black. So like I said, I think the black bandito pants fit the best. So for boots, none of the options were what I would call perfect matches, but he does wear a lighter brown variant of cowboy boots. They don't appear to have any sort of stitching on them or studs or metal tips or anything that looks fancy in any way. They look to just be pretty plain brown boots, and so that's why I went with this variant of the Burnham boots, because I think they look almost exactly like the ones he wears in the movie. And now for spurs, I just went with the plain Vaquero Rider spurs. I think they match decently well, and I couldn't get a clear look at any spurs that he might have been wearing in the movie. While watching the movie, you can hear spurs jingling while he walks sometimes. I don't know if that was just a stylistic choice because it's a spaghetti western, or if it was because he was actually wearing spurs, but I figured I'd add them on there just in case. So that's why I went with these ones. You could really use any ones that are brown and match the boots and are low profile, and I feel like they would fit the theme. I just think these ones look the best with it. So in summary, that is Clint Eastwood, the man with no name from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Like I said, it's not absolutely perfect, but I think it looks good enough that people will recognize the outfit. So that is it in its entirety. So that's where we're going to end the video. I hope you liked it. Hope you found it useful if you were trying to dress up as Clint Eastwood. Hopefully this was helpful in one way or another. As always, if you liked the video, I definitely invite you to leave a like rating on the video to not only show me, but to show other people, and, you know, I guess yourself, that it was a video of high enough quality that even your discerning tastes found it good. So yeah, if you could go ahead and hit that like button, that would be great. Also, if you have any recommendations, suggestions, or anything you'd just like to see me recreate in this game, definitely leave those down in the comment section, because it's a decently customizable game, and I find that most outfits are attainable as long as close to being period accurate. So movie stuff, TV show stuff, historical examples of real people, any of that stuff that you'd like to see, let me know down in the comment section. And lastly, if you haven't already, I of course invite you to subscribe, because as a channel, I need subscriptions to grow, and it will also help you see all these great videos that I make every day. So if you can, hit that button and ring the bell to get notifications. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you like this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.